Yeah, we live with Bud Entertainment. Got a full house. Larry Adams, Melinda Lost, Light Skin Lou, Tony, and me. About to bring some knowledge to you. Let y'all know what's going on. You know what I mean? Oh, I grabbed the wrong book. They don't want to hear that one. The Tuesday
No,
Melinda,
we
book.
don't. We were
Melinda
going
like,
in
what
last
the
night.
hell?
Mm-mm.
But yeah, so we here today, rain don't stop nothing. Well, I'm in the sunshine, you know what I mean? By
Yeah.
beaches, pretty women, kids, and water parks, and all that good
Water
stuff. But
parks.
water
I'm in
parks,
Atlanta, the ATL.
yeah, Melinda, you're still in Atlanta, ain't you?
Yeah, I leave next Friday.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
must
Oh,
be nice.
I've been in Vegas.
Must be nice.
Right.
He
Yeah,
from
so
one vacation spot to the next.
welcome to the Babata Entertainment, everybody. We're gonna get this thing going real quick. I'm gonna play them their favorite with the calm, let their favorite intro, let them see how they feeling.
You know I got it. If you give it to me, I'll give it to you. And I know what you want. You know I got it, baby. If you give it to me.
Yeah, so we ready to go, man. There's a lot going on in the United States of America. I couldn't put all this stuff. I just found ones that we got enough stuff we can talk about for a whole
Mm-hmm.
month, don't we, Larry?
Yep. A lot
Right.
of news.
A lot of
A lot of
shit going on,
news.
man. A lot of news, but we're gonna get into it
Mm-hmm.
real quick. We're gonna start off with the Ohio court sentenced black woman to 18 months in prison the day after giving a white woman probation for the same crime.
Mm.
Same crime. We're gonna let Larry start that out, Larry. What's going on with that, Larry?
Well, that's nothing new. That's nothing new. Well, they've been doing that for a long time and what have you. Now, depending on what judge she set before, and depending on what judge the other lady went before, but that's nothing
Same
new.
judge. Same judge.
Same judge. Well, then that just makes it worse. Right.
Exactly.
Same. That's exactly. You see, so it hasn't changed. You're splitting hairs. You know what I mean? Well, at least you seeing it is out front. They're not trying to hide it no more.
Hmm.
Or they're gonna put it in your face like that. And that girl Tony had her with her career and whatever. She's probably seen instances of that from time to time, and time to that, and you'd be left in bewilderment. And a lot of them, one of those people be mad, like Richard Pryor used to say, "Justice, just us,
Hmm.
just us." It has not changed. You see, you're not getting no free ride. No, no, and hey, right in front of your face,
Right in
right
front
in
of it.
front
That's
of
just
your
crazy. When I seen
face.
that, you should have seen the lady's face. She was so because they interviewed her afterwards and stuff like that. She couldn't believe it. She say but we said it a long time ago, man. These racist judges they control the world and ain't nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, Trump put them in there. Those are Trump judges, federal
I
judges.
know a whole
Your
bunch of them.
Honor? Hey, Your Honor, may I approach the bench? Yes, sir. Son, just turn around and grab your ankles.
That ain't funny, but go ahead, Tony. Go ahead, Tony. You
That's
know
it.
Larry right. I know Larry.
Hey,
Go
yeah.
ahead, Tony.
It's not surprising because we've been given dealt with injustice for a long time. So the bottom line is, because of the color of your skin, you are going to suffer. Unfortunately, whether it's the hand of an unjust justice trying to convict you of a crime, or whoever you just come in contact with. It's
Hmm.
unfortunate. It's nothing that's surprising to me.
Hmm. What you think about it, Lou? Go ahead, Lou. I got you.
It's not surprising to me that racism still exists. We all know this, but every so often it shows its face in an ugly way, man. And this is one of them. I'm
Hmm.
really not surprised. Like you said, Lewis, the same judge, man. Same judge, same crime, different sentence. And what's the difference? Caucasian, black. That's the bottom line, man. That's the only way of looking at it. That's the only way that you can look at something like this on paper and have an assessment on. That's the only way you can look at it.
Hmm. Mm-mm. Go, Melinda.
Well, we already knew this. This was like forever. Just like, for example, it just doesn't happen to just us. Even when we have authority or we're part of law enforcement, it still happened to us. Like that police officer that shot that white lady and he got time. The only time we ever seen justice was with the Chauvin trial. But before that, if a police did the same thing, he'll get desk duty or he'd be on administrative leave. When that black cop shot that white woman, he got 20 years right off the grip. It wasn't no desk duty, and they expedited that, and he was in jail, and that was the end of that. So it's not just for civilians, it's anybody of color. You gonna get the full blast, and then anybody else gets a slap on the wrist or some probation or whatever. Look at the lady that she got more years than some of these real criminals when she tried to change her child's school district.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that.
So
Yep.
so you know it's not a shock to me. And it's sad, but I've become numb to it. It's like okay, that's what it is. And it shouldn't be that way. That judge should be put up on some judicial investigation, or should be trying to do something to get her off that bench. Because if it's the same crime, same two different people, and it's this blatant, I can see if it was a different because before it was like different judges. So if it was a different judge, be like, well, a judge has the right to pass judgment any way they want to, and punishment any way they want to. But when it's the same judge, same crime, and the results are this blatant, something needs to be done. But at this point, probably nothing's going to be done because we as a people, because I mean, even on this panel, we are like, yeah, we're not surprised. And since it's gotten to that point where we're no longer surprised or shocked, we're no longer doing anything about certain things.
Exactly. It's just crazy, man. Yeah, justice just, I mean, just showing its true head. True color. Ain't too much you can say about it. They got the power. They can do whatever they want, sentence you whatever way they want to. They ain't got nobody to rectify them. They ain't got nobody who gonna, why you do this. But the master judge and all them is in the same, like Larry said, Trump, Trump, Trump. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
because he appointed almost 51 judges. You know what I mean? Something Obama should have did, but they blocked him a lot, so he couldn't do it. But he still should have tried his best, man. But hey, it is what it is. Thomas Hawkins says, "What's up, smart people?"
What's up, Thomas?
Hey,
What's
Thomas.
up?
So next, Larry, would you say something?
No, I was just saying what's going on.
Uh,
To my man
um,
Thomas.
Delia Johnson shot. I know y'all seen it. The lady shot execution style in Brooklyn in daylight. New York crime is up so much. A lot of cops just don't even care no more. You know what I mean? Because what's been going on in the last year. So, Melinda, what can we do about it? These cops not caring.
Then they shouldn't have no job. And we shouldn't care if they have a job or not. We need to get rid of them. A lot of them quit because some got reprimanded over the protests over last summer. And they decided that since they couldn't beat and abuse black people, without any consequences, they wasn't going to be on. So I took it to mean that they quit because they couldn't abuse us freely. So since they can't do that, I'm not going to be around. If they don't want it to seem that way, don't act that way. If they don't want to do their job, then they should be gone. There's a lot of people, it's one thing when you're sitting around and you're like acting like you don't want to do your job, but they're like making it obvious that they don't want to do their job, so they need to be fired. And they need not to get no more pay. And then they get mad when we say defund the police, but why are we paying them to do nothing? We are paying them to walk around, swinging their batons or whatever the hell they do, or eat donuts while people are getting murdered and crime is going. Yeah, no. Each precinct should be judged by how they like to do quotas for us, where we got to produce certain amount before we can get a raise or even keep our job. They need to be, hey, solve some crimes, do something. And also they need not to be putting crimes on us in order to get that quota, because they do that too.
I
So at the
totally
end of the
agree.
day, they don't want to be there, then don't be there. Get rid of them. Get a new squad from the and then they said that recruitment is down. People aren't going to the academy. So I don't know what they want to do. They want to kill black people without no consequences. Is that what this is all about? Because that's what it's seeming like it's about. They're trying to claim that it's everything else. But when we started saying that we don't want to be killed without impunity, then all of a sudden everybody don't want to be a police anymore. They don't want to do their job anymore. So no, at the end of the day, if we got to deal with them kind of police officers, we kind of are better off by ourselves and handling our business on our own because we've been doing it anyway. Because when they show up to take care of any of our situation, one of us end up dead.
Got you. Public service announcement. If you in, hit the like button, subscribe, share while you're in here. We really appreciate it. We're trying to get this show at the top, just like how men think. So, Light Skin Lou, what you think about the situation?
Man, I gotta go with Melinda said, man. It's certain jobs that you take on that you can't be half in. You got to be all the way in. Fire department, ambulance, police officer. It's just certain jobs you can't say, well, I don't care about my job. I don't care no more. You are here to protect and serve. That is the first thing on your line of responsibility. Protect and serve. So all this, we don't care. We don't have this. We don't care attitude. You can't do that. These are the type of positions where you got to be all the way in. And it's showing that half of them are halfway in because look at what they're doing. They shooting black unarmed men. These are people who halfway in don't care about what they do and what's going to be the ramifications of what they done. So for me, I got to go with Melinda, man. It's a certain job. You can't have attitude and not caring. You can't. Not in this way, and not these days and times. You can't.
I got you. I feel you. Tony, what you think about it? They ain't doing shit. Just twirling their batons.
Eating donuts.
Being a police officer is a stressful job, but it doesn't negate the fact that they need to do their job and not take it out on Black people, period. There's not enough training that's going to change the situation because they have to have make up in their mind and in their heart that they want to do right and do their job the way they were trained to do it initially. So there's really nothing that we can do. And since recruitment is down, we're not going to get quality police officers to come in to fill these positions.
Got you. Now, Adam, crime is up. New York police act like they don't want to do that. What you do?
Well, I just think, some police are la-di-da and some police are whatever. And their morale is low, because I talk to a lot of them, that be working in front of these stores where I be setting up. I be talking to them and what have you. But see, the only thing is, if you let them loose, they're hard to rein back in. If, let's say, you want a gun squad out there, lock up all these people with guns, once you let them loose like that, that's the problem. They can't bring them back in. You see? Now, there's some police that are going to respond to your call with urgency and concern. Then a lot of them going to take their time and let the other ones get there first and what have you. All types of injustices are involved in that and what have you. Especially in your Black neighborhood. Like they say, you call over Minnesota Avenue Bridge, over there Minnesota Avenue, there's going to be at least, man said, man, it's going to be a half an hour in the damn precinct 3 blocks up the street. But they be so busy. He said they be so busy, especially on a Friday and Saturday. People call them for all kinds of stuff and whatever. And then they respond. It depends on the attitude. Well, you know what they're going to do. They're going to escalate the damn situation.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Mm-hmm. They ain't got enough sense. They go up there and say, listen, hey, look. Hey, man, look. Hey, look. Now, hey, listen, man, we getting off so-and-so. Well, look, we're not having this, man. I don't know what y'all trying to do or what have, but we try to get off and enjoy ourselves. I see y'all not enjoying yourself, but we want to enjoy ourselves. So, hey, then we going to be up here all night fussing and whatever. Y'all just get out your hair right now, whatever. And we talk about it. Come on, man, sit down. Boom, sit down for a hot minute. Hope they cool. It's 11:30. You get off at 12. Everybody happy.
That's something they don't teach though, Larry. They don't teach how to de-escalate the situation.
No,
I
you
don't
want
think they
that?
don't teach that. And I know one of the captains that's been in force for like 30 years. They don't teach that. They
No,
try.
no.
They teach it rarely, especially in the black neighborhood.
That's
They get
right.
in the black neighborhood, they red up. Oh, we going around.
Oh,
Oh, this black people, we gonna whoop some ass now, y'all. Let's get ready. That's their mentality. Some of
that's
them, not
right.
all. Some of
That's
them,
right.
you know what I mean. But yeah, man, it's unfortunate, man, because I mean, you think D.C. and Chicago, New York is way up in crime.
Woo,
I
woo.
mean, and it's crazy, man. I don't know. That's why I'm on vacation. I might stay on vacation for the next 3 fucking months. How about that? Beach to gambling city and shit like that. How about that? You know what I mean?
Well, but some incident down there in Florida. I know that. I know Dade County. I know
Hmm.
Dade County now. Dade County. They don't. I was in the record business. I'll never forget this down at this now. And all the people who had warehouses selling records. All the directors. We met down in Miami somewhere. I forget where we were. Cocoa Beach somewhere. And so they paid. The record companies paid for us to be down there, whatever. So this gay dude, there, Eddie Rivera, bad Spanish dude, bad. He got to argue about parking down there. They got to argue. So we said, hey, man, look, come on now. We in Florida. You want to go back to New York? Here go the police. They come out with batons.
They ain't come out saying hi, nothing. They came out with batons. Huh?
And he
Like,
kept. They locked him up. They locked him up. He was resisting, but they didn't really. They let him because they had him down. They had him pinned it down. He was talking about literally. He started talking in Spanish. See, he started talking in tongue then. So we really didn't
yeah,
know. And
I
we
feel
kept
you,
telling
man.
them, leave them alone, man. You down in
Exactly.
Florida.
So
Dade
we're in a
County.
lose situation. That's what you trying to say, Larry?
Oh man, hey man,
That's it.
they can't wait for us. We tourists out of town. You cursing them out.
Exactly.
What that man shoot? Shit, man, they
All
get
right.
promoted.
Well, the next question, my fault, Larry. My
Go
fault.
ahead. Go ahead.
The next question is: the judge asks why Capitol riot damages restitution is 1.5 million when cost to taxpayers, Melinda, is 500 million. So require only 2,000 in each felony case and 500 in each misdemeanor case. So what they trying to say is, y'all, if the rioters who stormed the Capitol got a felony, they letting them out $2,000. And you got a misdemeanor, $500. But the judge like, why the fuck is we giving them, letting them, they giving them so much, low bonds and letting them out for this much payment? So I'm gonna let Melinda go in and tell them why, because she gonna get at them. Get them, Melinda. They bullshit. They tripping.
That's because they Trump supporters and they white.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, that's all that mattered to them. Because had we broke into a 7-Eleven, we would have got the book thrown at us. They at the Capitol, the nation's capital, acting out, tearing up stuff. They tore up stuff that you cannot replace. It was like stuff in there that was like from the beginning of our Constitution and anything else that we was creating here. They probably got it stored in there. They might have had, artifacts from like forever at the beginning of this country in that building, and these fools were just running through there, breaking up stuff. They were taking podiums. They slashed pictures. They did all kinds of. We ain't even talking about the violence that they did, but just the damage alone. We mess up a 7-Eleven and we black, we going to jail. We getting a fine, and it ain't gonna be no probation behind it. It's gonna be jail time. So now these white people get to go and wreck stuff and tear up stuff, and nothing happened to them. So when we was rioting peacefully last summer, we got more time in jail than these people got. And then we ain't getting no leniency when we want to go on vacation, because one of them fools was like, I need to go on vacation, and they let her out to go. So at the end of the day, they Trump supporters, all the people that, all the judges, all the politicians, and everybody else is following this fool because he could rile up a crowd. Like I said, a lot of them are not really afraid of Trump. They're afraid of what he can start out, just like he did with the Capitol people. And if he could rile them up to do that, he could rile them up to go to somebody's house and do the same thing. So I would be afraid too. I can understand that. But now these people aren't doing their jobs and they letting these crazy people out to do more madness because this ain't gonna be the last of it. 2 days from now, they saying that he's supposed to be back in office. So when he's not back in office 2 days from now, they're gonna act a fool again. So just be prepared for them to act a fool because they already got away with it this time.
Got you. I like that. Short, sweet, and to the point. Tony, what you think, Tony?
I just have a short retort to that. It's just I'm not surprised. It They probably weren't going to get much jail time anyway, regardless, because in their eyes they did nothing wrong. They were standing for what they believed what was right. So no, I'm not surprised at the time that they got for the injustice that they did against the Capitol.
Mm-hmm. Got you. Lou? Lou, am I muting you or you muting yourself? I got you. Go ahead.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, like I said, man, I just couldn't wait to get on, man. Melinda, you said it best. These people, they doing it because they know they can get away with it. They feel privileged because they're Trump supporters. The fact that he got on national TV in front of the Capitol and said, I'm with you, I love you guys. You got to understand, they embrace this. Everything that this man say, they embrace it. So they feel super powerful that they can go out and do anything and not pay the crime for it. And it's showing his face right now. These people are getting out with a little bit of nothing to pay. So it's like you said, it's going to happen again. Because when you do something and you're not spanked or you don't pay for what you did, it's a chance that you're going to do it again. And everybody who's at the insurrection, it probably has the same mentality. We're going to do it again, and the same thing will happen. We're going to get right out. Because at the beginning, they were making it seem like, oh, yeah, we're arresting. Okay, that's good and dandy. But how much time they really going to get? Think about it, y'all. When they were making all these arrests, they make you feel like, okay, well, they going to pay for what they did. Guess what? They back on the streets just like us. Like ain't nothing happened. So I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised at all.
Got you. Larry Adams, what's going on with the judicial system?
Well, they probably getting so many of them to plead guilty to conspiracy and what have you. Then, they probably have to ship them out and what have you because many people they have. I know the place is overcrowded. It's got to be.
Mm-hmm.
Or what have you. So they're thinking of that too as well now. And then they probably thinking of the super COVID or whatever. And their lawyers are probably pleading, hey, look, we're going to get the super COVID. I mean, you keep saying that enough, people start saying, yeah, well, we don't want them near us, or what have
Let's
you.
get them $2,500. Let's get their ass just up out of here. They don't care what happened.
Yeah, take it to the neighborhood. We don't want it up here, what have you. And then if it's $2,500, that's for the felony. Was that for the
2,000 for the felony, 500 for the misdemeanor.
There you go. Right. There you go. Yeah. And then y'all be on your way. Now you got to come back to court maybe. Or you're going to be on some type of probation, supervised or what have you. They ain't going to just let them run out there with an ankle bracelet. You know what I'm saying? But then if you got that ankle bracelet, you can mess with that if you want to. They sure going to come get you for that bracelet.
So if I go break in the bank and rob the bank, get some money, my felony be 2,000, they going to let me out?
No, not robbing no bank. No, not robbing no bank.
I ain't breaking. I ain't killed nobody. I ain't beat nobody to a pulp. I just got a little bit of money. I got to pay my rent and back.
A little bit of money. Well, that's treating you in the bank. How much money you got? You ain't going to no bank to get no little bit of money.
Let me read this young man tweet. I know Melinda's looking at it. She probably ready for butter already, but I'm gonna read this tweet. R&D said, please, I don't show up to the scene to raise nobody. They come to be police. It's simple, obey the law. If they would learn that from their parents, they would have less problems with the police. Police do not show up. So you hear that? They got to obey the law. Obey, and they protect. You know what I mean? Obey and protect. All right, well, we're going to move on. Well, this is my opinion, people, my opinion only. Our next president, Cuomo, resigned after investigating find he harassed multiple women. Um, Tony, didn't Donald Trump have the same finding?
Yes, but the bottom line is Cuomo had pressure put on him, and that's probably why he resigned.
Yeah.
He was saying for the past month he wasn't going to resign, and when that pressure gets to you and you are possibly maybe going to run for a office later on, you have to do what you feel is the right thing at that time,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yep.
you can possibly get reelected in position and for office.
Mm-hmm. Lou?
You gotta think about it. Like Tony said, the pressure was on. The pressure was on. First, he said he wasn't going to resign, but then they keep coming with, new evidence, new people stepping up, giving their testimony of what happened. He didn't want to get impeached because if he
Women that
didn't
voted for
impeach,
Trump.
yeah, exactly,
That's why I
exactly,
got his back. I don't
yeah,
care who get
that's
mad.
right,
Go,
that's
Lou.
right. Guess what? At the end of the day, he didn't want to get impeached because if you get impeached, guess what? You can't run for office. Is it a certain amount of time or was it forever? However, he didn't want to go
But he's
through
not the
those things.
president. I don't think they can impeach him.
Yes, they can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they can impeach him. Yeah, that's what he was afraid of.
Oh, his Democratic people.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, he was
I got you.
afraid. Yeah, he was afraid of going down in flames, and he figured, let me cop a plea. Let me get up here and apologize because this is my thing. If you didn't do anything, why apologize? I'm not apologizing for something I didn't do. I don't know about y'all, but if I didn't do it, guess what? I'm not apologizing. But I'm going to apologize if I did it. So for me,
That's
this
not
whole
true,
thing
Lou.
just
That's not true. If you the governor, you got to be political. You know that. Even
yeah,
though
but
you know you can't do it, you got to be political. That just
yeah, yeah. I mean, he took a dive. Okay, yeah, I go with that. He took a dive. He did the right thing. He took a dive. But at the end of the day, man, it's a strategic move, man. That's what I'm saying. It's a strategic move. He was thinking about his future, and that's what these politicians do. I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican. They all do what's best for their careers and their futures and whatever it is that they're doing. And that's my take.
hey, that's a good one. You know, what I mean, real good. Go, Larry. What you think about this, man? The next president of the United States, Cuomo.
Well, him and Trump, that's what they do in New York. It's a pattern. You understand what I'm saying? With the ones that are at the top, they do that all the time. But after a while, I don't know if they get greedy or they just think they can do it to any woman and get away with it. Instead of if you do it with one woman and staying with that, no, you want to spread it around and do all that. You see what I'm saying? Look, Trump got to pay. Como got to pay. You understand? They forget, about the women's movement and things like that. The white women ain't going for that no more. They just had enough of that. You understand what I'm saying or whatever?
I got you.
They're not going. You're not going to do that in an office environment like that and maintain some type of stability because the word gonna get out. They're not going to take that or whatever. I mean, look at it. Look at Bill Cosby. They get up there and the sky's bluer and the water's more aqua velva. I don't know what it is. Helium. I think that's the best way to describe it. And then you realize you can have any woman you want, especially if it's worked. If it's worked one time, they're gonna keep trying it. You
So what
understand?
happened with Trump not getting all this repercussions and stuff like that?
Who?
Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, he did get a whole lot of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
what have
you
you-
know
it-
what
it had-
happened?
Oh, they're gonna bring it back up. That's
Oh,
coming.
okay.
You know that's coming, man. You know that.
I just want to make sure,
Yeah, you know that. He gonna pay for that. That's Michael Cohen. That's the wrath of Michael Cohen coming through there. So we'll see. Depending on what the top charge is.
Okay.
You understand? You totally understand what I'm saying like that. They say, well, we won't charge you with this. We won't charge you, but we're gonna stick with this.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
understand?
he got a lot of shit coming. It just ain't
Oh,
coming yet,
man.
but he got it coming.
He do. He got it coming. That's
Look
for
at Larry's
sure.
face. Go ahead, Melinda. I got.
At the end of the day, he's a Democrat. That's why he catching all this repercussion because Gates
Mm-hmm.
doing all he done all that and he under investigation for that and none of this stuff is happening to him. And there's like I seen a long list and I can't remember all the names on it, but it was a whole bunch of Republicans, and it was like a line of Republicans and just Cuomo on the Democrat side for sexual harassment and all these other things. So basically, he getting repercussions because he's a Democrat, and Republicans can get away with whatever they want to do. But when you're a Democrat, they coming after you, and then Democrats are hypocrites in a way because at the end of the day, they will throw their own under the bus because it wasn't Republicans that was like, we got to get them out of there, we got to get them. It was the Democrats saying, you got to step down, you got to step down, you got to step down. Republicans will back each other up no matter what. And that's why they get to fondle people and rape people and child molest people and nothing happened to them. This man touched somebody and he going down. The thing is that I think that's the bottom line. Right about now in this country, if you a Democrat, you almost akin to being black. You don't get no respect and you get harsher punishment than anybody else. Trump got in office knowing that he did stuff to people, and he's still there, and nothing is happening to him. We already talked about that a whole bunch of times on this show. That we keep getting more and more evidence that he did more and more stuff, and all they doing is piling up evidence. It's just like, when you gonna drop all this stuff? Because some of the stuff that you already got is enough to do something. To have him, let us feel like you trying to do something. This man, it's allegation at this point because there was no trial, there was no, follow through all the way. And at the end of the day, he got to be gone. The rest of them need to go too. That dude Gates, he was trafficking, he was not trafficking, but he was, benefiting from trafficked girls. And, all of the people with the Epstein mess. None of them is really going through nothing. All them politicians that I'm talking about, and they're all Republicans, and nothing is happening to them. They put like a little blurb in the papers, or a little slight mention in the news, and then they moved on. With the Cuomo thing, because he's a Democrat, it was just over and over and over again. They were talking about it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That to the point where on CNN, because his brother is Chris Como, he couldn't even talk about it. And I was feeling so bad for Don Lemon, because at the end of the day, you what you say, Lou? You you muted.
I said, me too. That is my favorite guy.
Yeah, and Don Lemon was like, he had to feel bad about it because that's his best friend's brother. And I'm sure they socialized together, and then he had to actually talk to people about this. So at the end of the day, it's a Democrat Republican thing. It's wrong. I'm not gonna say I don't want nobody touching me if I didn't ask them to, or I didn't welcome it. But at the end of the day, the reason why it's going down like this is because he's a Democrat and not a Republican.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And in closing, I want to say, for me, I don't look at parties when I look at crimes like this. I look at crime and I look at what needs to be done to get this person removed. So I don't look at parties like you said, Melinda. A lot of stuff, most of the stuff you said, matter of fact, all the stuff you said was true. But I don't look at parties. I look at crimes, and I look at what needs to be done to hold these people accountable, and that's what I look at.
Okay, well, I look at justice, service, action. Are these women telling the truth? You know what I mean? So that's what I look at. I don't, you know what I mean? He should have took the, I wish they passed a law, Larry Melinda. Let's make all these people take lie detector tests. Put them on lie detector tests so we can see if they really telling the truth. You know what I mean? Because, but what if, okay, sexual harassment is just so big, and any little thing could be. I can be like, hey, you look nice today. They be like, oh, he's sexually harassing me. You know what I mean? Oh, he kissed me on the cheek, just saying how, tell him don't do it. The more we do it again, oh, that's sexual harassment. You know what I mean? But I agree with Melinda. He's a Democratic governor, and the Republicans are pissed that they lost the election. They're gonna do everything possible to get these Democrats out of office and out of everywhere. They want them gone. They want them to be gone. But damn, if I'm gonna let these people, you know what I mean, even if I didn't do it, you know what I mean, I don't care about that. Oh yeah, he did it. You know what I mean? Talk is cheap. Prove it. Prove it, Lou. Prove that I did it. You know what I mean? All that Democrat, Republican stuff. Prove that I did it. You know what I mean? These women said, yeah, they said shit. They said the same thing. Bill Cosby, you know, but we believe he did it. You know what I mean? And we believe he didn't do some of it. You know what I mean? But it's a difference with what he did and what Cuomo did. Cuomo didn't touch none of it. You know, build them, raped them, touched them, and drugged them, and all that crap. You know what I mean? That's that's what they say. I
That's
ain't taking no
debatable.
side.
Well,
That's
some
what
of them
they
lied
said.
about it
That's
too.
what I said.
Yeah.
That's what they
it's
said.
debatable.
So,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is Cuomo should have fought it, but I understand they put the pressure on him. But only Democrats. And who was that guy, Melinda? Is that the guy Gates that the child smuggling? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
well, that's what I was thinking. I couldn't think of his name. What's going on with him? It's
No,
like they swept it right up under the rug. He's
yeah.
a Republican. They sweep all that stuff up under the rug, Lou. But the Democrats always got to
I agree.
design and all this stuff. So I mean, with that talking about justice got to be served. You don't care about this Democrat or Republican. They didn't prove nothing. The women just came out and said he did it, and come find out, like he said, did you hear his attorney speak? A lot of this stuff with Republican women, talking, even though some of them did work for him. A lot of them voted for Donald Trump. You know what I mean? And they just wanted to get him out of office. Some of them could be true. You know what I mean? But I don't believe all of it. I just don't believe it. Come on, Lou. That's just like
I
we're in
don't
the
believe
street
all of it.
and the police say plant drugs on us and we like, oh, they ain't do it. Oh no, we found it right here. I mean, man, innocent to proven guilty. And that's how I'm going with it. And I don't believe him until they prove he should have been proved, but he's the governor.
That's
Of
why I
course.
said I would. If I didn't do it, I wouldn't have stepped
He
down.
got to step down. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't.
And
If,
but
if
you
I
know
didn't
what?
do anything,
If he run for president, you know who's gonna be the first person voting for him? Me.
I like
How
it.
about that? I don't care about what these crooked ass Republicans talking about. I'm voting for him. That's for damn sure. Love, you vote for Chris Cuomo? We go for president? I mean, not Chris. What's called?
Depends on who's
Andrew.
running. It depends on who else is running.
That's right.
Depends
All
on who else is running.
Oh, you gonna vote for the vice president?
I don't know. Depends on who else is running. You know, I don't know.
I might
What if-
run
But
again.
you know what? But at the end
I
of the
would say
day,
that what if it's just him, the vice president, and Bernie Sanders, the last three we got to vote for? Who you picking?
Bernie Sanders.
Well, you know he ain't gonna win. So who gonna
Yeah,
win?
but
He should be president, but he's not gonna win.
You know what?
He
He'll
should
take
be.
care of my college loans. That's for sure.
I'm
That's
voting
right.
Chris Cuomo. Well, I keep saying Chris. That's my boy. But let's move on.
Well, let me say something. I wanted to make this
Go
comment.
ahead, Larry.
As I speak, this guy Glenn Kirshner, the FBI, Department of Justice, is criminally investigating Donald Trump as we speak. So the pot is boiling. They brewing. So it's not that, but they got to come. Don't worry. They got to make sure everything, no loose ends, no dangling ends, or what have you. That's what. So everything is just up in the air. They're not gonna tell us nothing until it comes down to it.
Gotcha.
But it's ongoing. All this new material is coming out. All this stuff coming out. How they were. Oh man, they were just gonna. We would have just been. I don't know, man. Hey, they got
not
no
gonna
way.
get him in everything, but they gonna get him in something. Of what you're saying?
Exactly. God, man, damn.
Okay, I got you.
All right.
Well, let's go to the next question. Mandatory COVID vaccine for troops are coming. What happened, Melinda? If the troops say, "Hey, no, we don't want to take it," what you gonna do? Put them out?
Well, they said that you can either do the vaccine or you have to do a weekly test.
Mm-hmm.
And then your state, Florida, just flat out was like, nah, we ain't doing that, period. And he's saying that when they have to go to school,
No, I
they
said the
can't
troops.
go.
No, I'm talking about the military.
Oh, the truth? Well, shit, they doing stuff to the military.
But
They made them take
didn't
them.
mandate it. They mandatory for.
It was
everyone.
mandatory for the anthrax stuff. Anthony had to take them anthrax shots. He didn't want those.
Mm-hmm.
And then they found out something was
mandatory. So what you think
Then they
going
found
if
out
they say
something was
no?
wrong. Something was wrong with the anthrax shots and stopped mid treatment because they was supposed to get like a series of 3 or 4 shots. and they Anthony only got one, and then they stopped all the shots. So they've been mandatory giving military people. Military people got to take when they sign that contract and they raise their hand and swear in. They belong to the government. They don't have any choice. So when they tell them they got to do something, they already know they got to do it. I used to do the welcome to the military briefs at Fort Meade, and so I had to tell them what life was going to be like in the military. And I used to tell them stuff like flat out, if the military wanted to have for you to have a wife, they would have issued you one. That's their mentality. You got to do whatever they tell you to do. You don't have no choices. So the fact that they even debating that, acting like they do, or they thought they had a choice, they damn well know they don't. They could tell you to go wherever they want you to go and do whatever you want to. You cannot say at some point, I don't want to go to a war. You can't get no more defiant than that. To save your own life, you can't say, I don't want to go and fight. I don't want to go in a dangerous area. So you're going to be able to say that you don't want to take a shot? When they make it mandatory, you better just line up. That's
Well,
it.
let's
That's
play
all.
devil advocate. Let's play devil advocate, Melinda, and they say I'm not taking the shot, so they put him out the
They're going to
military.
end up, they get, they going to go to
That's all I
jail.
wanted to know.
They're going to go to
put him out.
jail. No, they ain't going to put them out. They might
gonna go
court martial
jail.
them, but they're going to do some jail time in a military jail first.
Okay. We'll see. Cause you know, my friend Will Lou that we had on here, I talked to Will a couple of days ago. I say, Will, they making it. He's in the Air Force. I said they about to make it mandatory for y'all to get the shot. He say, I know, bro. You know, first we didn't have it wasn't mandatory, but now, I already got my two. But a lot of people don't want to get the shot, so they just made it mandatory. I said, well, what your friend said they gonna do? He said they ain't got no other choice. They said they gonna get the shot.
Exactly.
So it is what it is. What you think, Lou? What if they refuse?
Hey, if they refuse, like I said, they're gonna be eating bologna and cheese sandwiches in the military jail. That's what it is, man. Look, let me tell you something, man. The government, what they do is they send warning shots because they know on their mind, push come to shove, they're gonna force it on you. So what they do is they gradually try to ease you into it. They'll say, well, it probably would be nice if you get it, and they'll send little warning shots. Well, no more warning shots. They putting the hammer down because the numbers are rising, whether you're in the military or not. The numbers are rising, so they got to do what they got to do to protect the nation, and protect the United States from this COVID virus, man. And that's what they doing. They putting their hand down. That's it. There's no other way of looking at it. They sending warning shots, and we're not paying attention to it. The military, they're not paying attention to it. So they just putting the hammer down. You either take it or you go to jail. It's that simple.
Tony, what you think?
You belong to Uncle Sam, so I guess you have to do what they require you to do. That's all I gotta say.
That's it. I know Larry got more to say about that. Larry, what you think?
Hey, listen, man. You know, you take an oath, you swear, you do all this, and they want to keep everything uniform. You know, they may put you under if you don't want to take the shot, they may allow you a little leeway, be tested, but pretty soon, you know, you're gonna have to deal with them or what have you, or they're gonna put you like an outcast or a misfit or something like that, some form of intimidation. You don't want to be doing that in the military. And then, you know, you're in the military. See, you dealing with a bunch of dudes, y'all, especially if you're in infantry, you're going to fight. Ain't nothing else about it. You're not going to cook school. You're not going to medic or whatever. You're going to fight. So that dude gonna be just as ready as the dude beside him. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's the only way you're gonna keep your camaraderie. That's the only way. And he ain't gonna want you beside and you wearing mask and all that old stuff. You're going to fight. So you are a machine. That's the way they look at you. That's the way they look at you. And if they tell you to do this and do that, you won't do it. Or you don't want to go to the stockade. I'll tell you, man. You don't. Nah, man. Because you break rocks all day long. They don't play. They don't play in the military.
What they saying is, I'm reading it. If they don't want to take the COVID shot or refuse to, you're right. You know, I mean, penalty range from anywhere from reprimand, confinement, or getting kicked out of the military. That's the three things they would do. So, hey, it's hard to make a living when you don't get that COVID.
Listen, at the end of the day, this is how the military is supposed to work. Everybody's supposed to be on the same accord. You're
Yep,
supposed
I
to be in the
agree.
same accord. And you can't be like, one person can't be like, I'm not going. You give a command and you execute. That's it. That's all. There is no, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to worry about it. Because when you're on the battlefield, you don't have time to be trying to second guess. And they don't have time for people that's trying to second guess them on the battlefield. So the mentality of the military, one band, one sound. You all on the same, you start off on the right foot and you kick off. That's it. You don't get to debate. You didn't sign on for that. You should have known
Mm-hmm.
that when you signed and you took that oath. So at the end of the day, people lose lives when you're trying to figure out what you want to do and then everybody else is doing something else. It can't happen. So they're going to jail or they're going to get put out. And then most likely they want to put them in jail to teach a lesson.
Got you. All right, let me read this right quick. RD said, guess what? Not just military. They going after all of us, so none of us will have a choice about anything. But they not going after me, brother, because I already got my shot. You know what I mean? If you choose not to get yours, that's up to you. You know what I mean?
But he ain't lying though.
It's
He
not
ain't lying.
dictatorship. It's reality. It's not no dictatorship. It's reality. Being
Safety
smart,
protocol.
protecting
Safety
people
protocol.
around you. You know what I mean? Was you worried about that when you got the chicken pox, measles, and the mumps shot? How about when polio was killing people? Y'all motherfuckers always saying that crazy shit. You know what I mean? Get the shot or wear a mask. Stop getting people sick. Simple as that.
Alrighty then. Alrighty.
DeSantos threatened salaries of superintendents, school board members who support masking. So he's trying to take their money from the school board, the superintendent, everybody who support mask mandate. DeSantos say, "I'm taking y'all salary." Like, what the hell wrong with this dude, man? You know what I mean? That's my new governor, but damn.
Oh yeah, see, I forgot. Oh yeah, that's the way he go hard because he knows his head is stuck in some quicksand somewhere, and he know he's scared to come up. But the I noticed that the school administrators in different municipalities are defying him. A couple of them say, nah, man, you do that down there. I gotta deal with these students up here. I gotta deal with these parents. I gotta deal with this faculty, whatever. They don't wear masks if they come in here. You understand? They may not come down there where you are, but that's gonna put him right out of office. He was thinking about running for president. No. Look at the rates down there. The rates, the ones who refuse, to acknowledge it and whatever. They're dying right in front of him. And the school, I like the way they said, no, not my school. You don't tell me what to do. I don't tell you what to do in the governor's mansion. You don't tell me what to do down here with these students or whatever. I want to keep my job. I don't want no problems, y'all. No. But that's the way he goes. He got to stay with the lie. They got to keep the lie up now. They got to
Exactly.
keep
So they
the lie
really
up.
beefing down there, Larry, huh?
No question.
They got
No
problems
question.
down there.
And he gonna lose. He gonna lose.
Yeah.
DeSantis gonna lose on this. Yale
Exactly.
graduate, and what a Harvard, all that. But common sense ain't so common. You know what I mean?
I say it all the time. They don't listen to me. I
Right.
told them I'm running for president. Go ahead, Tony. What you think? DeSantos crazy?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
DeSantis' salary. He threatened to take the salaries of the superintendent, the school board members, anybody, who's supporting that mask mandate.
At the end of the day, it should be someone's personal choice or decision that whether they want to wear a mask or not. He should not be able to take someone's salary or their jobs from them if they want to wear a mask and do what they need to do to protect themselves. So yeah, he's crazy. And I just feel like, a lot of this is coming down to like being sort of like in a dictatorship, so to speak, because you should still have a choice as to what you want to do at the end of the day.
Well, I told you before, America is not the land of the free and home of the brave no more. So
No,
it
it's
is
not.
what it is. Go, Lou.
Man, let me tell you, it's not. Safety protocol rules, it trumps
Exactly.
everything, man. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. It just trumps everything. You gotta look at it from a point of view. And I'm not for this guy. I think Him
He
taking
crazy.
salaries is crazy, man. I'm gonna put that out there first. The dude is crazy. But for me, safety protocol rules everything, man. Sometimes we got to look at what's in front of us and react to it, man. I think if you don't get the COVID shot, you should wear a mask at all times. You should be on your game as far as wearing your mask and protecting yourself, protecting other people from you if you would catch the virus. So it's just this is for me. It's just left wing versus right wing, man. You know, supporting the big lie that the virus is a conspiracy. All this stuff plays a big part into what we talked about now, man. So for me, safety protocols, man. That's my take on it, man.
Melinda.
Okay, I'm gonna go all the way left on this one. You
Uh
need to
oh.
have the mask on, period. You know, whether you choose to have the vaccine before they mandate it, that's on you. But when you are going into a public place and affecting everybody else, you need to put that mask on. It needs to be mandated, especially in certain places. Because at the end of the day, these parents that are saying they don't want their kids to wear a mask, they're making them come into a school to deal with a teacher that might want to save her own life. And if that teacher decides, well, if you're not going to wear a mask, I'm not going to teach your children, then what they have. So it has to be some kind of all across the board standard. Back in the day, nobody wore seatbelts. And we was upset when they made it mandatory that when you get in the car and the car is moving, you have to have a seatbelt on. We all, basically fell into it. At first, people was upset just like they are about this mask situation, and they didn't want to do it, and they didn't want people telling them what to do. But at the end of the day, you'll be hard pressed to see anybody. I don't care how thuggish they are or whatever. When they get in their car, they putting on their seatbelt because they don't want to catch that ticket. And nobody is still screaming about that seatbelt situation. Or you you wear the seatbelt to protect you from dying. No, you might not always hit somebody or crash, but it's to protect you just in case. The mask is to protect you just in case. I don't care what you do in your home. If you want to walk around your home without no mask, you want to be vaccinated, that's on you. But when you put yourself in a situation where my health and my well-being, I have a problem with, I don't have a problem with somebody drinking, but I have a problem with somebody drinking and driving and getting in the car and killing me. People's rights don't supersede the public health. Everybody can drink if they want to. People might want to get in the car and drive, but it's illegal because it goes against public health. Not saying anybody got to take shots. I already got mine. I'm not worried about that. But when you come in contact with me, I'm going to need you to have your mask on because your viral load and my viral load, and then I go home and give it to my nephew or, somebody that their immune system is compromised or somebody that can't protect themselves or anybody under 11 because, right now they're only giving shots to people up to 11. We don't know what this virus is. We don't know what this variant is doing. All we're trying to say is protect yourself. And if you don't want to protect yourself, worry about the people around you. Because do you catch a murder charge if you decide that you don't want to wear a mask and go into an environment and affect people? And then it's like, well, why I gotta, go to jail? Why I gotta do this and why I gotta do that? When it was just a preventative thing. You think you would go to a doctor's office and he was doing surgery on you and he ain't had no mask on before this pandemic? Everybody been up in arms saying, what you mean? That was mandated from back then. It was a safety precaution that we all understood and expected from our position. So now that these people are in charge of our children, I don't have any children in elementary, and my daughter has her shot. But at the end of the day, if you come in contact with my daughter and she can't get a shot and she's under, she's 11 and under, we're going to have a problem or I'm going to leave her at home. She's not going to go to your school and I'm going to catch a charge because then I'm wrong for not having my child in school. So if they don't want this mass situation, then they need to stay, having them commute on, be on, what's the term? I want to say telecommute, but that's not what they call the children. They need to keep them at home and on the computers if they don't want to follow safety protocols. Right now, this is a safety protocol because it's not a game now. People are dying. This variant is hitting children. And we as adults are supposed to protect children. and they can't protect themselves right now. They don't have the option of saying, yeah, I want the shot or I don't want the shot because it's not available to them. And a lot of these parents would have gave them the shot, the ones with common sense, when they're seeing that their peers are dropping dead. At some point, you have to start to think, what's more important, my stance or people's lives?
Lewis, you're muted.
I know. Go ahead, Lou.
Nah, go ahead. I was just saying you were muted. I already
Oh,
went.
yeah, I agree with everything Melinda said. And before I answer this poor guy question, he say poor example when your child have no choice, your parents make the choice, and example though, blah 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 blah. You know what? Polio, you had to make the choice. You know what I mean? Because it was killing people. Did you know what was in the polio shot, RD? Did the parents know what was in the chickenpox shot or the measles shot or the mumps shot? It doesn't matter if they had to give it to you. You had to get it to go to school, right?
Yep,
You
and
know
you
what I
did
mean?
it.
So what is you saying, brother? Tell me.
And
What are
you
you
still
saying?
got to get a shot record to go to
You know what I
school
mean? Now,
or to
Exactly.
play a
wait a
sport.
minute. Let me finish. When I went to Africa, they gave me shots. I ain't know what the fuck was in them shots, but I took them. You know what I mean? So who got the poor? What's the poor example, brother? Come on, step up to the plate. Put the
I had to
mask on.
take
You
8
know what I mean?
shots all at once to go to Japan.
Exactly. So it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? And furthermore, DeSantos is crazy. You know what I mean? I understand what he's trying to do. You know what I mean? He's a Trump. He's a Republican. You know what I mean? But I guarantee you he got his shots.
He do. They
I
said he
guarantee
does.
you he
All of them
wearing
got
his
this shot.
mask. I bet you he wearing his mask. Larry, you think DeSantos wearing his mask?
He's
Damn
a
right.
follower. He's a follower. He's not a leader, and the
Exactly.
people know that, right? You know they got their shots. This is all propaganda, whatever. And
Exactly.
like you said, well, I guess when you go to the doctor get a shot for the drips, well, you already know what's in that penicillin,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now that's
Exactly.
one thing you know that's in there.
Exactly.
You go to that doctor for that, you know he give you some penicillin,
Yep.
right?
Now,
So
Larry,
you already know it.
you
You
older
already
than
know.
all of us, Larry. What was in the polio shot? Do you know?
No, like you said, I ain't know
Nobody
nothing
knows,
about
man.
none of
People
those.
look. People come up with
Right.
all kinds of reasons why to pollute your mind and not to get the shot, man. Whatever. Like you said, no, nobody know what was in that shit. You know, all you knew was that you ain't had them damn shot records. Your ass wasn't going to school, and your mother was like, you going your ass to school because I gotta go to work. That's it. That's all. And we all are still kicking and healthy.
That's right.
So
That's
just
right.
missed me
So
with that
All
shit,
I'm
man.
going to do is just shake my head if you get sick. That's all I'm going to do. So next one is, now I'm going to answer this one first. Inmate murder sister rapist in prison. Gets 25 years added to sentence. And he was his cellmate. Can somebody say set up? Well, let me tell you what happened in this case. In the judicial system, if a man raped your sister, killed your sister, and you are in jail, then he's going to jail. They should already know that probable cause. Do not put him in that jail. They're supposed to
Exactly.
transfer him somewhere else. But somehow, this guy wind up in the same cell as the with the brother of the sister you raped and killed. So they knew what they was doing because it's all in the computers. You know what I mean? Because when you type it up, bam, 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 they say, "Oh, he associated with this guy. His sister killed the murder. Oh no, don't bring him here. They will ship you out." You know what I mean? So yes, it was a setup, and they got his ass up out of there. So Lou, what you got to say?
I got one or two things. It probably was a setup or it was karma. You know what I'm saying? Because the crime that you did, everybody know you're gonna pay your debts for that one 1,000 times. But I'm with you, big fella. I think it was a setup. What's the chances of that shit happening? I mean, seriously, because all this stuff is public records, man.
Exactly.
They supposed to know this stuff. You supposed to know this guy, what he did, and he have any kinfolk, especially a sibling. We ain't talking about a third cousin or a second cousin. We talking about a sibling, man. That shit was a setup. He probably did that to somebody that knows that high up that got a little money to make something happen, and that's what happened. They dropped him right off under the Christmas tree. Just think about it, man. The same dude, man. You rape this guy's sister and you land in the same cell with him.
In the
That's
same damn cell.
same cell. That's a setup.
Tony, was it a setup?
Absolutely, it was a setup.
They
They
set
knew
his ass
what that
up.
guy did, and they just figured let him have at it, and he got karma back for the vengeance of his sister's death. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, what goes around comes around. You reap what you sow.
Melinda, look, was it a setup or I don't know, the paperwork got mixed up?
That's a setup and a gift to the prison because they don't want to deal with him. That's like one less prisoner they gotta deal with. They're like, just put him in there and let karma set itself out, work itself out the best way they can. And I think that was a gift to the brother. He was like, yeah, he might have knew some people on the street and they made some stuff happen. I'm just
Like, was
saying.
it a setup?
Yeah, see, once you're in prison, your only hope usually is the outside, somebody on the outside, to feed you certain information. So, and when you go into those prisons now, I don't know what kind of TV they look at, but they know what you in there for. Every new person, they know what you in there for, right? And and they're all connected. They're all connected. Now, when you come in there, you know what you did, and and they know what you did. Now you're in the court of self-block opinion, if you will.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? And in some crimes, they feel that you have to be held accountable for this.
Mhm.
You have to be held accountable for this, man, or what have you.
Mhm.
And somebody, through paperwork, you just shuffle paper.
Exactly.
It's easy to drop something, and I didn't know they all look alike when they put on the damn uniform.
Hey,
You see you see the ball, or what have you. And don't blame it on me. I'm
hey,
gonna get
Lou,
the
you gonna
union
laugh
and the
at
lawyer.
this. Hey,
What?
Lou, you gonna laugh at this. You know what example we can give? Like
Go ahead.
the when me, you, Melinda, Tony were talking about last week. How we can't get to them? Didn't they
Yeah,
get to him?
yeah, right.
We'll slide
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
paperwork line.
That's right. That's right. So it is. You see what I'm saying?
Let me
Sir,
See,
I'm
stop.
gonna have
Oh
mercenaries
Lord.
working for me.
see what I'm saying? That's right. That's right. There is a
Yeah,
way.
it wasn't no setup. They
I'm
knew
gonna
what they
have
were doing.
hitmen working for me.
It's hard to protect them rapists in jail, and they be like, you know what, this dude, you know what, Lou, we got him. We got him, Lou. That's what they were saying, Lou. We got him. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So,
Hey, man.
well, I'm about to mute everybody except Melinda because I know she about to go in on this guy when I read this statement that he just made. Because I guess this is for Melinda. Well, I let her read it. He said, "Poor example, seatbelt,
Yeah.
rise mask, Melinda." Then he said, "Come on, people." So, hey, rebuttal him.
You know what? Is people like you is why we have to mandate stuff. Because at the end of the day, y'all want to be hard headed and not protect, the public. How you gonna say that seatbelts is not the same? When that seatbelt law came out, people were talking about something. I don't want to mess up my clothes. They was refusing to wear it, and when they got hit with a couple of them fines, they started clicking that seatbelt. The seatbelt is to protect yourself from going through the window. The mask is to protect yourself from dying. Both situations you can die from. You can die from going through the window when you crash. The seatbelt is to protect you. It's not gonna guarantee that you're not gonna die. And the mask is not gonna guarantee that you're not gonna die, but it puts a layer of safety. They actually call it the safe belt. That's the generic name for a seat belt is the safe belt in order for you to be safe. And a mask is put out there in order for you to be safe so that you won't breathe an aerolized virus that you cannot see. If it was something simple as, something like HIV or whatever that has to be transmuted through um, sex or blood or some kind of physical activity has to happen, but you just breathe in and you got it and you don't know it. You can't tell if somebody by how they look if they have it or not. So it makes it safe for you. Same thing with the seatbelt. You don't know that if you're gonna go down the street and crash. So you put on the seatbelt just in case. You put on the mask just in case the person that you're standing around might have a virus that can kill you. You put on the seatbelt just in case you might be riding down the street and somebody run a red light and crash into you. You have a better chance of surviving the crash.
Exactly. So, well, Melinda, the guy said the vibes, well, we're going to go on. You know, the vibes is
Hey,
like it cold. It's never going anywhere. It will be here every year. Get used to it. I like RD. Stay in.
yeah,
Keep going,
yeah,
RD. But
You,
yeah.
if you
you do.
keep,
That's cool.
you're
That's
not
cool,
going to be on this
RD.
show that much longer if you keep with these stupid ideas. It ain't because
Mm,
I'm going to cut you off, because I don't cut you off, but I think Cole will cut you off. So
yeah.
thanks for
I'm going to
coming
say
in
this.
anyway. You know what I mean?
I want to say this. Vaccinated people can be asymptomatic and can transmit the virus also. So
We know
I'm
that.
just
We
letting
said
it
that
be
last time.
clear. Don't always blame everything on unvaccinated people because that's
It's your
unfair.
fault, Tony.
It's not
I'm
my
just
fault.
playing. I'm just playing,
That's
Tony.
not
I'm
what.
just
Look,
saying.
Tony.
But
That's not
no,
what I'm
you all
saying.
are saying you're
But
all saying
remember,
that it's because of the unvaccinated people, and that's not fair. It's
no, I
not fair
said
at
mask.
all.
But
No, I'm
remember, I
saying
said. Remember, I
unvaccinated people are
said
not the
that if
ones
I
you
was
are
ever
spreading the
around
virus
you,
all over the place,
I
and
would
that's
put a mask
unfair.
on to protect you. Remember, I said if I was ever around you and we hung out, I would put a mask on to protect you. And that's
That's
the
what this
same thing
show is
we're
about,
saying. I didn't say
debating.
nothing
Let's
about it's the
debate.
vaccinated people's fault. We're talking about mandatory masks, not mandatory you have
Yeah.
to take it. And I clearly said that if you don't want to take it, that's fine, but please put on a mask to protect yourself and others.
And that's what
Uh,
it's all about, protecting yourself, protecting yourself. Like I said, I don't get caught up into the back and forth with this or that. Just protect yourself. Everybody have a responsibility. We protected ourselves by getting the COVID, and I think people who are not vaccinated, they protect themselves by wearing the mask.
Wearing a mask. We're
That's
talking
it.
about the fools that saying they're not going to vaccinate and not going to take a
Yeah,
mask off.
and I
exactly.
love
Oh,
this because this what this show is all about. You
hmm
know, everybody opinion and objective or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And we take it and we can
and we
move
still,
on.
everyone, we can still love each
And
other.
we
I
and there's
still
still
love
That's
love.
right.
There's
everybody.
still love at the end
That's
of the
right.
day.
That's right. But you know, she's right. Vaccinated people still can get it, and we can transmit it and stuff like that. But we won't be in the hospital dying, and stuff like that. Study shows. But if you're not gonna wear it, I say it and say it again. Put a mask on. If not,
Yep.
you know what I mean. I'm just gonna shake my head. It's just simple as that. So let's go to the next question. And oh my God, Larry, you gotta answer this question, Larry, because there's crazy people in this world. A drunk man dies after biting venomous baby snake in a apparent revenge attack. What in the hell, like, what he thinking was going to happen?
He ate a snake.
He bit the head off because the snake bit him.
Where was this? What country was this?
Florida.
Florida, where he
Florida?
You
moving
know
to?
what? You know what? I ain't gonna say I ain't even gonna lie. It wasn't in the United States. I just liked it. It was in Australia.
Oh, okay. Well,
It
see,
was
that's
in Florida.
No,
yeah,
it wasn't.
yeah.
it was in Australia. Like, so what the hell was he thinking? Like, what do you think was gonna happen?
He thought he could bite the head off and he wouldn't get no venom.
Mhm.
Man,
That's what he thought, but
man.
that's where a lot of the venom is stored. Up there in the head and it
Exactly,
comes right
like
out the brain.
gland.
Yeah,
Right,
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 right.
right.
He
Well,
You
you
must
know what
know,
I
don't.
mean?
He don't watch Discovery Channel because Australia got one. They got the
Go ahead, Lou.
strongest. I said he must don't watch Discovery Channel, man, because Australia got the deadliest snake that you could ever lay eyes on, man. And
Exactly.
for you to do something stupid, he must was high or something, man, or just didn't know no better, man. The snake bit him, and he bit the snake head off.
And revenge.
And revenge, yeah. Stupid is
Melinda,
the
what was
stupid
wrong with this
does.
man, Melinda?
He was just stupid. That was just dumb.
Right.
Oh my God. You know what I mean?
I,
I had
I,
this
I,
question come just in time. Go, Tony. What was wrong with this man, Tony? He said, "Oh, you bit me, I'm gonna bite your fuck." He bit the man head off, snake head off, and died.
At the end of the day, he was on something more than just alcohol.
yeah.
And you're not going to win with a snake. I'm sorry. A
Right.
poisonous, venomous snake is going to win all the time. So
Right. Hey,
But
look.
y'all know that's the second time something like that happened, but it wasn't with a snake. I think a dog or something, or a bear or something, a cat and
It
bit
was a
somebody. Got
dog.
and he went in the back to back. What is the hell wrong with
Mm-hmm.
these people, man? Like I'm telling you, man, this COVID stuff and this being in the house stuff, man, is stressing people the hell out, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Man.
that's right.
It just gone crazy, man. All right,
Hmm.
damn. We go from that to another COVID question. I love it. I love it. COVID-19 shot might be mandatory everywhere. So what's going to happen next? It might be mandatory everywhere in the United States of America, in the government, in the schools, in the restaurants, or you just gonna be in a house like this.
Oh man.
So, Larry, if it's mandatory everywhere in the United States of America, yeah, dictatorship, they can say whatever they want. What's going to happen, Larry?
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. Uh, you're going to have a lot of incidents. You're going to have a lot of incidents with this mass business. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they that's just the way they're gonna roll. You don't tell them what to
Exactly.
do and what have you. Now, I haven't rode because usually I ride the train when I go down the waterfront. I haven't ridden the 79 or the 70 bus lately, but I can guarantee you that the last 2 weeks they probably threw about 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 niggas off the bus with no mask.
Mm-hmm.
Because see,
Easy.
the passengers will raise so much hell. Especially if one of them niggas come on there that's out of it or whatever. And they say, well, you got to do this, da, da, da. No, you going
Is
to get
it
off this.
mandatory? I don't
Yeah,
know. Is it? You gotta be
damn
mandatory to
right.
drive. Man, I ain't even know. Oh, go ahead.
The
Okay, go ahead,
driver, the
Larry.
driver call the police. He'll stop the
What?
bus and call the police. Yeah, that'd be serious on that bus, man, because they're not playing with that. They're not
Mm-hmm.
playing with that. Now the metro, the trains, they don't really patrol the trains like that. But everybody get on the train, they got the. I'll tell you, you might get one of those Michael Jackson boys. You know what I'm saying? They come in there with the bucket, want some money in it, and they be up there doing all that Pinocchio stuff or whatever they be doing and what have you. But that's serious. The mask is serious,
Man.
and it works. But now they're
So how you
telling
think
you
we're gonna react if everywhere? You can't go nowhere without just showing your shot card.
that's right, and you're gonna have the now they're showing you which masks work and don't. They say if you get a cloth mask, it's got to be 3 layer
Mm-hmm.
with this new COVID. And the other ones that everybody wears, they call it, and if it's not 3 layer, it's gonna keep out 20%. Then people run around with these little thin layer masks on, whatever, keep out 20%. 20%. The girls making their masks on those machines and motherfuckers try to sell them for $5, $3 or whatever. It keeps out 20%. Then they say this blue one here that everybody wears, it's a procedure mask. Now
Mm-hmm.
that keeps out about 40%. Then they showed the the KN95. That's a
I know
Five.
which
Japanese.
one is that. That's a big thick one.
That's the big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
because I
barely
had
breathe
one
in
of them
that
on
joint.
at work one day a long time ago. I couldn't even breathe out that
I
damn
couldn't
thing.
even
So I knew I
breathe,
wasn't
man.
wearing that.
Well, no,
Man.
that was the blue one or the white one.
The white one.
Yeah, okay, but see that's the real one. I don't
Yeah.
think that's not the Japanese. That's the real N95. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I
Yeah.
have those, and I have the blue ones.
Man,
And
I
then
took
Oh.
that thing off so quick. I was like, oh God, no, I can't
Yeah,
even
you
breathe
can't
out this
breathe in
thing.
that drink.
hey,
That
man,
drink, like, it takes from everything. You can't
and
breathe in
you
that
keep it
drink,
on your
man.
face long enough. When you take it off your face, you see wrinkles because it be airtight. But they're
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
reusable. They're
I got it.
reusable. You
I
can
got it.
disinfect them with hydrogen peroxide.
Mm-hmm.
They're reusable because the mask is molded. If you ever
I got it.
hold it, it's like a cup. It's like a cup. You can put a liquid in it. Will nothing go through it. It's molded. That's 95%. There's another N95. I carry this for about $6. That keep out 75%. They run it. They run down the mask because they said this new strain. Like my man said, that we're gonna be living with this for some time. Ain't no
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
doubt about it.
he made a point,
Anymore,
man.
he
Well,
made a
they
point
say
there.
it's like 4 or 5 strains coming, but it is what it is. I'm gonna live my life. Melinda, what you think about this? Mandatory everywhere. So what's gonna happen? You can't go nowhere without your shot, your car, and all that.
Right now, United Airlines is the only airline that's mandatory. A couple of them said that they're gonna make people make the decision on their own, like Southwest and Frontier and those kind of, and I think American. But at the end of the day, I think that's where they're headed because they're already saying that they want to mandate school teachers, medical workers, and certain the military. So, a certain occupations that they're already saying that it's mandatory, and that's what it's going to be. And then there's some companies that are, high end companies that are saying that they want all their people vaccinated, or they're going to be doing every week a check to do the testing. So you either going to be testing, and people going to get sick and tired of testing, and that's what they want right now. They want you to be so sick and tired of testing every week that you're going to be like, let me just get this vaccine. But at the end of the day, we're going to all have to fall in line because that's where they're headed.
Exactly.
They're headed, and the thing is that they're headed faster than I thought they would, because they was messing around with it and suggesting it, and now it's like these are the people that are going to be mandated, period. And that came out of nowhere. And then the second wave of these people are going to be mandatory, period, is going to happen, and then it's going to get to the point where you can't even work if you don't have that shot, because that's where they're going with it. Certain occupations, certain companies are already saying that, so that's where they're headed. If you work for such and such, you have to be vaccinated or you can't work here.
I
So
totally agree.
and then it's going to be a situation for the people that don't work. This is how they're going to do it. They're going to say, if you want to continue to get public assistance or assistance for your children, you're going to have to get vaccinated.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Slowly but surely, they're going to get everybody vaccinated. Because if you have a job, the people that don't have a job be like, well, I got to get it because I'm not working in these companies. But they're going to tell you you can't get your public assistance if you don't get it.
That's right. Yep, they're gonna pay it. Yep.
Oh well. Well, California just passed the law. Teachers, everybody. So hey, it's coming. So we can whine and cry, do whatever you wipe the tears. It's coming. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Lou, did I get to you about this?
Nah, you didn't.
Go
I'm
ahead,
waiting.
man.
I think people are gonna respond in a negative way at the beginning, but I think once reality set in, the fact that they're not gonna be able to travel and do certain things, that their jobs on the line, I think they'll fall in line.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the beginning it's gonna be some resistance because you think about how, I don't know if y'all guys remember a couple of weeks ago where a guy shot a store employee because they asked him to put his mask on.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to still deal with things of that nature because things are heightened right now. You got people who don't want to be dictated to, and I get that. We're not accustomed to that. We're used to our freedoms. You know what I'm saying? So for that to be taken and not thinking that these are for safety protocol reasons, people they like, fuck that. I want my rights back. I want to be able to walk around without a mask on. But you're not going to be able to do that. And I think once that sits in, they'll be able to, I guess, get in line basically. Because you think about it, Melinda, they putting us in line right now. This is a small level of dictatorship. If you even no, seriously.
Go ahead, Lou.
They're gradually putting this on you, man. They're gonna make it to where as though you're gonna crawl in a corner, and then for you to come out, you're gonna have to meet what they want you to do. It's that simple. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony. So mandatory everywhere coming. What do you think going to happen next?
More crime for those who don't believe in being, masked up and vaccinated and whatever. And bottom line, like I had said earlier, and Lou just said, it's like a small type of form of dictatorship in a way. It's a matter of someone's choice versus someone being made to do something. And we're not a third world country. They do that in third world countries. And it's going to be a mess before it's all over.
All right.
Next. Well, can I say this?
Yeah.
Can you imagine being on an airplane and all 3 hours occupied and somebody don't have a mask on? Can you just imagine what would happen?
Shit, that happened to me.
Be
Well,
on there.
I
Who
can
go?
imagine what happened. They gonna duct tape your ass like they just did that dude.
I was on the
That's
plane
right.
and this
That's
Karen
right.
was sitting there
That's
and
what they gonna do.
she was using a drink. She had like brought a drink onto the plane so that she won't have to put her mask on because you know if you're eating and drinking,
Yeah.
you have. So she held that drink that entire time so she won't have to put her mask on. She was diagonal to me. So I put my hoodie on and I had my mask on. I was like, hell no, I'm about to go visit my nephew. I'm not about to get him sick because this clown. She was
Mm-hmm.
purposely trying to do that. And then when they came and gave her a drink, she held on to that drink. It don't take you that long to drink that half a cup of juice that they give you on the plane. She held on to that for the whole entire time. And then when they took her trash, what she did was she put her mask back on, but not over her nose. And she was just talking back and looking back. I put my mask on. I mean, I already had my mask on, and I wasn't drinking nothing on that plane. Nothing at all to take that mask off for any reason because we're in tight quarters and it's not 6 feet apart. That plane was packed. And then I put my hoodie on top of my head, so my whole face was covered. Between the mask and the hoodie, my whole face was covered. The thing is, I don't know what's going on with this situation. But the worst thing I could ever feel in my life, I came to visit my nephew and spend time with him to know that I was on that plane with that fool and she gave me something and I'm asymptomatic because I got my shot, but he can't get a shot and he's one. And for me to bring it here
That's
and he
right.
passed away, that will
That's
crush
what I
my
tell people
soul.
all the time. That's the only
Yeah.
way. That's what I think about
Yeah.
all the time. That's
Yeah.
why I got mine. Exactly.
Mhm.
So, Larry, you got to start with this one first, Larry.
Go ahead.
Texas governor, your favorite guy, Abbott, announced mitigation measures, asked hospitals to postpone elective procedures. Larry, what is wrong with this man?
Hey man, anything they can, any way they can to suppress or gerrymandering. Texas is good at gerrymandering. Real, they changed districts, right? They one time somebody was being elected down there right in the middle of the election. They changed the whole district. He was leading and whatever. They changed the whole district and he was losing. But that's what they do. That's what they do, and they determined to fulfill. And Abbott's gonna be out of a job. He just as dumb as DeSantis. People dying all through those states, just dying, and he running around or whatever. You know, like, is he in a wheelchair? Ain't he in a wheelchair? Ain't
Last
he?
I looked at
One
him,
of
he
them
wasn't.
politicians are in a wheelchair. I
And
don't
It
know
I
might
about
think
be.
it
him.
was,
Go ahead, Larry. I'll Google it. Go ahead, keep talking.
I think it was Abbott or whatever. I think it was Abbott of Texas. And now the Democrats, he threatening to lock them up because
Yeah,
they
I
won't
saw
vote
that.
on the legislation, for the voting rights bill. Hey, they going to any desperate means because this is the only way that they can win.
Yeah, he in a
Because
wheelchair. He paralyzed.
yep, more of all people, he ought to be getting the damn shot. Man, what's wrong with you? I bet he got his shot. You
Oh,
didn't
you
get
know
your
he did.
polio shot. What happened? Huh?
But they said he lied about his situation. They said he lied about how he got paralyzed and he been lying about a whole bunch of stuff. He been in the news lately.
Yeah, it's catching up to him. It's catching up to him. The COVID. See, you can't outrun the COVID.
So,
You
like,
keep
what
trying.
is on his mind, though? He trying to stop hospital procedures, man.
That's because they want to live the lie. They going down. I gotta give it to them. When they go down, they go down.
They go
They
Together,
go.
down
like
fight.
Melinda said.
Yeah.
They
They go
through
down.
thick and thin. Them
Yeah.
families
Yeah.
stay together.
Yeah.
But
They
them
go
Democrats be
down.
like this. No, you did it. He did it. No, we
Mhm.
getting them out of here. The Republicans like, yo, we all one for all, baby.
Yeah.
And they know they in a shithole. You see, they
Yeah.
know.
And they don't care though, man. Let me
They
know.
don't.
It's like
But they determined. They go dig. They almost like black people. Black people, the only people I know to dig out a hole and dig deeper. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they doing now. They just
right.
digging
No.
deeper.
Right.
Right? People just
Go ahead,
die.
Luke. Go ahead, Luke.
Go ahead, Luke.
Go ahead,
Man,
Luke.
this dude crazy, man. Like you say, man, these guys stick together. They be burning, going to hell in the barrel of fire, and they still sticking to what they do, man. This is what they do, man. This whole thing that stopping procedures, man. It's just crazy, man. To me, it's just all supporting the lie, man. All these guys fall in line together when I think about the stuff that they do, man. It's just crazy, man.
Melinda, what you think about this crazy dude, Melinda?
He you know what? I think they need to start prosecuting some of these politicians. They really need to start prosecuting some of these politicians, because at the end of the day, they are putting the public in harm's way. And if we were somebody doing something, and some of that stuff, DeSantis, that's premeditated murder. He knows this is going to cause many people to die from him telling them that they can't mandate masks, a safety precaution. So I'm thinking like he don't care, and we need to start, pressing charges, and we need to start having lawsuits. Some of the people that passed away from these clowns, the families need to start suing them directly, because you can't sue a politician directly. They've been doing it.
Yeah, I'll let you people know. Wait a minute, let me let you people know. Lou and Tony fell out. That because it's a bad thunderstorm in DC and Maryland. So theirs is going in and out, and both of them clicked off at the same time. So they might be in the dock. You know what I mean? But I hate to say I'm in the sunshine. Let me stop. I hope they wish them well as they come back in. But
usually my Wi-Fi is off. But I'm in a different area.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Larry's still on. But
because Verizon usually sucks. But I'm at Comcast at my brother's house, so maybe I need to change to Comcast, because I ain't had no problems this week or last week.
Yeah, so I totally agree. The Texas governor, he gone, man. I mean, him, DeSantis, all them people like Larry said, they going down swinging. They gonna keep representing the Republicans, man. You gonna stop hospital procedures? Them nurses say, "Oh, you out your mind, dude." You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh man, stuff just done gone crazy, man. You know what I mean? People who just coming in, hit the like button, share, subscribe, please. We appreciate it. You know what I mean? We just talking a little politics, rebuttal, entertainment, sharing our thoughts on certain situations. We have nothing against, RD, my man, that been in all day, sharing his views. Everybody get to share their views and opinions.
That's right.
We agree to disagree. You know what I mean?
Agree to disagree, and we move on.
Exactly.
That's right.
We love you coming in. You know what I mean, dude? We really appreciate it, man. But our last, and thing about it, they went out on our last funny question, Larry. Last question.
We about to act out.
And it so happened, Larry, to be another snake question.
Uh-oh.
So this snake hunting, Larry, they had a snake hunting thing. You go in the Amazon or the Everglades to find a snake. Whoever finds the biggest snake wins a prize or something, right?
Yeah,
this snake hunter removed a 223-pound invasive Burmese python from the Everglades in annual challenge. So if I challenge Larry and Melinda,
and he was 15 feet,
to do this, and I say I'm gonna give y'all the winner gets $3 million. Would you do it?
Nah, you gonna keep that money, Larry.
Wait a minute, what did I do? What?
Would you go look for, see if you can find the biggest snake in the Everglades?
No, you gonna win that. You gonna win that money, Larry, because I'm not doing it.
Oh, I see. So I don't have no competition.
No, you don't have no competition. You gonna get that $3 million.
Well, I'm on my own.
Yeah. Hey, Larry, Melinda said you win by forfeit.
Yeah. I'm on my own.
It was 15 feet.
Man,
I saw that snake. I saw that. That was on
YouTube. Like, Lord.
And they were holding that thing. That thing get around you. It's all over.
Right.
Man,
it's
223 pounds, dude.
That's Larry would have won. He would have won.
Yeah, by forfeit. You ain't lying.
But so for those of you who don't know, let me show y'all. If y'all ever in the house where you gotta be in the house and you gotta have some of this in the house. Where this, you ever get an encounter with a snake? You know what you do with it?
It's alcohol.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You know what you do with it?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Go ahead.
Pull it in the eyes. And they let go.
I'm gonna burn the house down.
Man, when you a snake,
so imagine walk out.
You ain't gonna reach for no damn alcohol. Snake, man, shit. Where you at? Ain't no alcohol. Ain't no kind of.
Hey, lad, you better get some kind of the drinking alcohol. Stop the pulling in the eyes.
You ain't lying, god damn.
I seen on Snake Rams, the dude told us, and he when the guy snake had him, he pulled it on their eyes, snake let him go just like that.
Well, he was
Alcohol.
just walking around with alcohol.
He had some. Yeah, he
No, he
had
was
some
just
alcohol.
showing you, if you're around,
Right.
if you're in the house, because in Florida, snakes do get in your house.
That's crazy. And you moving there,
A
right?
lot of them.
Okay.
And alligators, and snakes.
Yeah, I don't got time for that.
That's
Well,
right.
I'm glad you guys will come visit me. I really appreciate it. You know what I
You
mean?
know what? The only Florida I do is Disney. Cause I don't got time for that. Disney, Universal Studios, and SeaWorld.
Disney, Universal Studios, and SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Oh God, but yeah, man.
And we ain't gonna talk about the what is it called, Blackfin or Black something with the SeaWorld killer whales.
Yeah, Lou, we understand. We knew the power went out.
Yeah, man, that joint. I had to hit that joint and reboot it. It take a little minute for that joint to boot back up.
So Lou,
Yeah.
you went out on the last question. So I asked Larry and Melinda. They my friends. I'm gonna give them a challenge, and it's always funny questions. Snake hunter removes a 223-pound invasive Burmese python from the Everglades in an annual challenge. So Lou, Melinda, Larry, I was challenging you guys to do this, and whoever wins get $3 million. So Melinda say I forfeit to Larry. So what you gonna do, Lou? Is you and Larry?
What?
$3 million. You gotta go find the biggest snake in Everglades.
Put your high heel sneakers on.
Pass it to you.
See, Larry gonna get it. Larry gonna get all the money.
Larry
gonna get it.
too, Larry.
Oh, Lou ain't messing with it either.
Nah. It was 15 feet. Nah.
That thing was big, Lou.
Yeah, it had a lot of weight.
Look,
had a lot of weight.
I don't mess with no snakes, spiders, and none of that. You can have it. I don't care how much money involved. I'm gonna pass the baton. And if you can do something with that, then so be it. But me, light skinned Lou is not messing with those Burmese python snake. I watch too much. See, that's what I'm saying. I watch too much Discovery Channel to be doing some shit. I know what's gonna happen on the other end. I ain't stupid. I'm not. I know going in what's gonna happen. That snake gonna get hold of you and snap you like a pencil.
Yeah.
Going there.
Well, I tried to give y'all $3 million, y'all.
I told Larry he could have the money.
Had the money.
Larry, you on your own, Larry.
Right.
Right. Money ain't everything.
Right. They're gonna tax half of it anyway. I'm gonna get $1.5 million. That's it.
Okay, but we're not talking about nighttime. We're talking about during the day, right?
Daytime, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure.
Larry said he's trying to get that money.
That's
you don't
right.
gotta do nothing because I done quit.
You done quit.
Oh man, but thanks everybody for coming out. Oh man, I like debates like this, well debated. Yeah. Everybody had their opinion, You know what I mean? Y'all people who ain't got the shot don't get so emotional. It is what it is.
Right. And hold up.
Look.
Right. You gonna be in the house for a little bit. But look, what was the guy name that chimed in today? What was his name? RD. Yeah, we appreciate you coming through, RD.
Yeah.
You're entitled.
You're welcome.
Yeah. But I just don't like for you to say, "Come on, people," because what you're saying is you don't like our what we're saying. You don't like our opinion. We respect your opinion, and we expect you to respect our opinion. We not once did we say anything derogatory back to you. When you say "come on, people," that make it seem like we stupids up here. So if you can, kind of get rid of that mentality, man, we would love to have you on the show all the time. We love debate, but
we love debate.
It's a clean way of going about it. Yeah, but it's a clean way you go about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
It's your opinion, our opinion. That's why we rebuttal all the crap that comes in, and we thank you for coming in, brother. Come in again. We really appreciate it.
And come back.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So it's all good. I don't know what this. I'm gonna let him get the last word in. He said, "You are breathing your own carbon dioxide with the mask. You are weakening your own immune system. Do some research, people. Stop being followers. Learn something." See, he's still coming with it. I know that's right.
He's still coming. You know what?
It is what it is, RD. Your opinion. We appreciate
Sir, I'm trying to
down.
go where I got to go. I'm trying to go on vacation.
I'm not blast you today right now. I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Man, it is what it is, man. I just wish you luck in not wearing that mask. And You know, hopefully you be on here next Wednesday too, or Tuesday, or whatever show you want to come on. You know, and you and you're not looking like this. You know what I mean? Or in the
You ain't
hospital,
lying.
Right.
or in the
On a
hospital in
ventilator.
respirator. You know what I mean? But you know, it's
We
all
wish
good.
you well.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
wish
because
you well.
that just happened to a public official.
Yeah,
He was he was really against
against
COVID.
COVID, and
Yeah, what
got
is
it and
his
died.
name? And he died. What was the guy's
I
name?
forgot his name. I saw
Yeah.
it.
There was a
Yeah.
couple of them, so
Mhm.
You know,
it's happening.
everybody, hey, freedom. Do whatever you want. Like you say, we free, right, Larry?
And on this note, whose carbon monoxide would you rather breathe? Yours or the person next to you?
Oh,
Say
there you
that.
go.
There you go, Larry.
I mean, I'd rather breathe my own damn carbon monoxide, especially if this dude next to me ain't got no mask or something like that.
Say that. See, he getting it all twisted. We don't want to wear a mask either. None of us want to wear a mask. We just trying to be safe and survive. That's it.
Exactly.
There
That's
you
all.
go.
That's it. That's all. That's it.
And help
That's it.
and
That's all.
and don't curse nobody else with that shit. That's a
Exactly.
curse, man. That's a serious curse. But I love those people who didn't take the vaccine and they caught it and they were on the ventilator or they swore everything to God. And then when they got off the ventilator, the news reporter said, listen, you didn't want to take the vaccine and everything. If you had to do it all over again, would you take the vaccine? Hell no. I said, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get him some liquid Drano. Drink some liquid Drano. That'll give you
Yeah.
Do
That's
what
it. That's the only
your
way.
ex-leader said.
Oh my God.
That's right. That's
Hey,
right.
look,
Yeah.
All right.
on that note, man, drink the
Okay.
Drano who y'all don't want to wear the mask or stuff like that. And we'll talk to you guys later, man. Peace.
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 All right, bye.
You give it to me, I'll give it to you. And